Okay, as we discussed, so first we'll be completing the other laws. Okay, thereafter we'll go to the corporate laws. Okay, so the sequence of teaching of our chapters will be like this. So first we'll discuss bailment and pledge, then we'll go for indemnity and guarantee, then we'll go for contract of agency, and fourth chapter enact. So these are all covered in the other laws part. Okay, corporate laws and other laws, these are all other laws part. This is the sequence of teaching. First bailment and pledge, next indemnity and guarantee, then contract of agency, then negotiable instruments act. So after discussing these four chapters, we'll go for corporate law, complete corporate law. So we'll complete complete corporate law, around 17 chapters will be discussed. So thereafter again we'll go from 5th and 6th chapters, general clauses act and interpretation of statutes and deeds. These are also other laws. Okay, so this is the sequence of teaching. So in the other laws we'll be keeping pending these two chapters because of the examples. Without reading the corporate law you cannot get good examples for discussing these two chapters. So that is the reason, even though we started with the other laws, but we are not going to complete the other laws. Only 4 chapters will be completed, thereafter corporate law, and last these two chapters. Okay, so now we'll start these two chapters. These 3 chapters form part of the Indian Contract Act. Okay, extension to what we have studied in the CA Foundation. So these 3 chapters are within the Indian Contract Act. Negotiable Instrument Act, it is a separate act in itself. Okay, so these 3 are the Indian Contract Act, popularly called as a special contracts. Okay, bailment and pledge. So here if you look at this chapter number 2, sir, we are discussing first chapter. Why it is number 2, sir? As per the ICA sources, it is number 2. Just for our understanding, it has been given. Okay, as per the ICA sources, these two are interchanged. This is the first chapter. Indemnity and guarantee is first chapter, and then bailment and pledge is a second chapter. But technically, since it is bit analytical and complicated, we thought of starting with the simple chapter. That is the reason second chapter as per the ICA sources. Unit 2, chapter 1. Okay, so this is Unit 2, chapter 1, module 2. In the ICA sources, exact reference is Unit 2, chapter 1, module 2. Okay, Unit 2, chapter 1, module 2. 2 modules will be there. First module is for corporate law and second module is for other laws. Okay, right. Next, so very simple chapter, you can guess this point. Bailment and pledge, very simple chapter. In our day-to-day life, we'll come across or will encounter many bailment transactions, but we are not conscious enough that it is a bailment transaction. So in our day-to-day life, we'll see so many bailment transactions, and we ourselves will enter many bailment transactions in day in and day out, but we are not aware that it is a bailment transaction. So if you give one book to the Xerox shop, that is a bailment transaction. Bailment means whatever the goods are lying with us, we are giving that goods to some other person for a particular purpose, and after completion of that purpose we are getting back that goods. That is called as a bailment. Whatever the goods we have, maybe book or maybe watch or maybe vehicle or maybe clothes, whatever the goods we have, we are giving the goods to some other person for some purpose. After completion of purpose, we'll get back that goods. It is called as a bailment transaction. So therefore, if you give a book to the Xerox shop for photocopying, that is a bailment transaction. You are giving a cloth for iron, that is also bailment transaction. You are giving a watch or mobile for repair, that is also bailment transaction. We are giving our vehicle for regular servicing, that is also a bailment transaction. So therefore these are our day-to-day transactions, but we are not aware that it is a bailment transaction. We'll take one cab on hire, that is also a bailment transaction. So 1 hour Ola cab we have taken on hire, we are the bailee, and the person who is giving the car is called as a bailer. We are taking the car of somebody else for 1 hour. So it is a bailment transaction. So in our day-to-day life, we'll see so many bailment transactions, but we are not conscious that that is a bailment transaction. So therefore, this topic is very easy to understand, not a complicated, because it's a familiar topic. In our day-to-day life, it's a very familiar topic. Okay, right. Definitely you'll get one question mark from this chapter, 3 or 4 marks. No, there is no guarantee, but definitely you'll get one question from this chapter, bailment chapter. Okay, so if you look at the bailment definition, the word bailment has been derived from the French word baillir, which means to deliver. So if I break the word called as bailment into 2 parts, okay, the word bailment, if I break this word bailment into 2 parts, one is Balier, another one is meant. So this Balier means deliver and meant means purpose. I am delivering the goods to some other person for a particular purpose, consciously, not unknowingly. Okay, consciously for a particular purpose, I am delivering the goods to some other person. That is called as a bailment. So purposeful delivery. In simple words, bailment is nothing but purposeful delivery. One person delivering the goods to another person for a particular purpose, and after accomplishment or completion of the purpose, will get back that goods. That is called as a bailment. Okay. So bailment is a combination of two words. Balier means to deliver. Meant means purpose. It is a purposeful delivery. Okay. Right. So bailment etymologically means handing over or change of possession. So etymological in the sense, over a period of time, the definition to a particular word may change. Over a period of time, the definition to a particular word will change. So what is bailment 200 years back may be different, and what is bailment today may be different. So over a period of time, people will keep on giving different meaning for the same word. People will keep on giving different meaning for the same word. So that is the reason. Over a period of time, etymological means after evolution. After a lot of evolution, this is the present meaning of the word. This is the present meaning of the word. So if I ask you to describe, explain in few words about India, you will give different explanation today, and you will give different explanation after 50 years. After 50 years, you'll give different explanation. Over a period of time, the main explanation will be different. So that is what this etymologically. So that means over a period of time, the word has changed different meanings, evolved. Okay, after evolution, after a lot of changes, the present meaning of the word. The present meaning of the word bailment means handing over or change or possession of the goods. Okay. Bailment means delivery of goods by one person to another for some purpose upon a contract that when the purpose is accomplished, the goods shall be returned or otherwise disposed of according to the persons delivering them. So why I am delivering the goods? First we'll start with this purpose. Why I am delivering the goods? Say A is delivering goods to B. A is delivering goods to B. Why? For a particular purpose. What would be the popular purpose? Maybe to use the goods by B, or maybe B has to do some repairs of that goods, or maybe B has to keep that goods on a safe custody. Okay, popular purpose of bailment will be so popular purpose of bailment will be, if you take the practical examples, purpose of bailment or delivery. Purpose of bailment. So first one, to use the goods by bailey. To use the goods by bailey. Purpose of delivery means to use the goods by bailey. So A has given car to B. A has given car to B for hire, on hire basis. A has given car to B on hire basis. What is the purpose of delivering the car to B? Because B will use that car. B will use that car. Therefore, the purpose of delivery will be use the goods by bailey. Person who is delivering, the person who is delivering is called bailer, and the person to whom the goods are delivered is called bailey. Okay. So one person to another person. The person who delivered the goods is called bailer, and the person to whom the goods are delivered is called bailey. Okay, so here one of the purpose of bailment will be to use the goods by bailey. Second point, to work upon the goods by bailey. To work upon the goods by bailey. To work upon the goods by bailey. Same car he has given to some mechanic. Mechanic has taken the car not for using the car. Mechanic has taken the car for repairing the car. A has given the car to mechanic not on a hire basis, for repair by the mechanic. That means bailey has to do some work on the goods. You are giving the cloths to the tailor for the purpose of stitching, not on a higher basis, for the purpose of stitching. Or we are giving a book to the Xerox persons for the purpose of photocopying. So therefore, to work upon the goods by the bailey. We are giving a mobile to particular shop for repair. So that means the person who is receiving the goods is doing some work on the goods. The person who is receiving the goods is doing some work on the goods. This is another purpose, to work upon the goods by bailey. To work upon the goods by bailey. So another purpose, for safe custody. To safe custody. For safe custody. A has given car to B. A has given car to B. B is a neighbor of A. Neither B is going to use the car, nor B is going to repair the car. So A was going out of station for safe custody. A is parking car at B's residence. A is parking his car at B's residence. B is not using the car and B is not doing any repair on the car. B is not working upon the car. The purpose of delivery is safe custody. Why A has given car to B? For safe custody. This is another purpose of bailment. And fourth purpose normally to redeliver to some other person. To redeliver to some other person. To redeliver to some other person. Say Maruti Suzuki India Limited. They have delivered a car. They have delivered some cars to some transport, Navata Transport. Okay, so what these persons will do, Navata Transport? Neither they are using the car, nor they are doing repair on the car, nor they are keeping the car on the safe custody. They will deliver it to some other dealer, right? So today we are seeing so many cars in this, but all the cars are not manufactured in Guntur, right? They will be manufactured somewhere in Chennai or somewhere in Gorgon. So from there the cars will come through transport. Yes or no? So you might be seeing large big trucks on the road. So the truck may be having 10 or 20 cars. Each truck may be carrying 10 or 20 cars. So therefore, this person who manufactured the car, popularly known as OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, Maruti, Hyundai. So all these persons, Honda, Tata. So all these companies are called as a OEMs, original equipment manufacturers. So the Maruti company has given car to the Navata Transport. Why? Not for using, not for repairing, not for safe custody, but giving it to the dealer. Okay, so therefore this is also one of the purpose of bailment. That means giving some articles or some books to the courier is also bailment. Giving anything to the courier is also bailment, because the purpose is he has to redeliver it to some other person. Okay, so giving any goods to courier person is also bailment. Look at this. So X delivers goods to Blue Dot for carriage. Okay, so therefore giving goods to courier also is a bailment transaction. Okay, so in a bailment, goods are delivered by one person to another. In bailment, goods are delivered by one person to another. The person who is delivering the goods is called bailer, and the person to whom the goods are delivered is called as a bailee. Okay, right. And why you are delivering the cord consciously? There is a particular purpose. There is a particular purpose for delivering the goods for use by the. Okay, so these are the popular, all transactions of bailment you can classify under only these four categories: used by the bailee, to work upon by bailee, or to safe custody, or to redeliver it to some other person. Okay, right. Next, upon a contract. Here contract means what? Conscious addendum. Contract comes from the agreement. Contract comes from the agreement. Agreement is nothing but conscious addendum. In simple words, understanding. Upon an understanding, upon a contract, that so I am giving a book to you, but there is a condition. What is that condition? After your exams are over, you have to return the book to me. That is a contract. There is an understanding. I am giving my self notes to you. It is not forever. After completion of your exams, you have to return that book. That is the understanding between you and me. That is called as this contract. Upon a contract means upon an understanding. So delivery of goods upon a contract means you can treat it as an understanding, or you can treat it as a condition also. Okay, upon a contract means understanding or condition. Understanding or condition. That means I am at the time of delivering the goods, I am putting that one condition. What is that condition? After completion of purpose, you have to return the goods. I am not gifting away the goods to you. I'm not gifting away the goods to you. I'm giving the goods to you for a particular purpose. I'm putting the condition. After completion of purpose, you have to return that. So this contract is nothing but understanding between the bailer and bailee. Understanding or arrangement between the bailer and bailee. What is the understanding? After accomplishment of purpose. That means after purpose is completed. Okay, after purpose is completed. After purpose is completed, either you have to return the goods or you have to otherwise disposed of. Otherwise disposed of. Either you can return the goods back to the bailer or you can otherwise disposed of. Okay, right. So here in the first case, when I am giving the car to B for 3 days, after 3 days B will return the car to A only. After 3 days, B will return the car to A only. But here, this transport agency is not returning the car to Maruti. They are giving to somebody else as per the instructions of this person. As per the instructions of bailer, they are giving the goods to some other person. They are not giving the goods back to the bailer. So this is called this otherwise disposed of. otherwise disposed of. So when the car is given on hire basis, the car will be returned to the owner after completion of purpose. When any goods are given to the courier or transport agency, they will not be returned back to the consignor or sender. They will be given to the consignee. So goods are given to the consignee as per the instructions of consignor. Goods are given to the consignee as per the instructions of the consignor. Okay, that is otherwise disposed of. Okay, right. So this is what the bailment transaction. Goods are delivered by one person to another for a particular purpose upon a contract or understanding or condition that when the purpose is completed, the goods shall be returned or otherwise disposed of according to the directions of the person delivering them. Okay, is a basic bailment transaction. So the same definition will go in detail, that is called as essential elements. Essential characteristics is not a new points. Whatever we learned in the definition, that will go in depth. Every word will discuss in detail. Now we have discussed in plain about the overall view. So every word will discuss in detail. What is delivery? Okay. So there is a separate point for what is delivery, and bailment is delivery of goods. Bailment is delivery of goods. So therefore we'll discuss about the goods, we'll discuss about the delivery, and we'll discuss about the contract. So అక్కడ ఉన్న వర్డ్స్ ఇన్ డీటెయిల్ ఒక్కొక్క వర్డ్ డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఎసెన్షియల్ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్. ఓకే, look at the second question. Same first question we'll discuss once again in detail. Second question, bailment is based upon a contract. Bailment is based upon a contract. So in bailment, delivery of goods is based upon a contract, not by mistake. So మీరు by mistake ఎక్కడ జిరాక్స్ షాప్ లో బుక్ పెట్టేసి వచ్చారు అనుకోండి, సో అది బెయిల్మెంట్ అవ్వదు. బికాస్ కాన్షియస్ గా మీరు ఇవ్వలేదు కదా. You have not given the book to consciously. So you went to the Xerox shop, so maybe for discussing or picking the book of your friend, etc. So by process, by mistake, your book you have kept that in the Xerox shop only. It is not a bailment transaction because there is no understanding between you and the Xerox shop. So therefore, if you forgot your articles or goods in some other place, it is not a bailment transaction. If you forget your bag in a hotel, it is not a bailment transaction because you have not consciously given that bag to the hotel owner. Okay. So therefore there should be a contract. Bailment comes out of contract. Bailment comes out of a contract. Okay, in bailment, delivery of goods is based upon a contract. Not only bailment, any other any contract may be express or implied. Any contract may be express or implied. So this you know from the basics, right? Contract may be express or implied. Implied by behavior of the parties, implied by operation of law, etc. Contract can be express or contract can be implied. No consideration is necessary to create a valid contract of bailment. ఈ పాయింట్ మీరు ఆల్రెడీ చదువుంటారు సి ఫౌండేషన్ లో. నో కన్సిడరేషన్, నో కాంట్రాక్ట్, exceptions to no consideration, no contract. There you might have read this point. No consideration is necessary to create a valid contract of bailment. So bailment, in a bailment transaction, we are not saying that there is no consideration. Consideration is not necessary. We are not saying that there is no consideration. Consideration is not necessary. That means there are some bailment transactions with consideration. There are some bailment transactions without consideration. There are some bailment transactions with consideration and there are some bailment transactions without consideration. When a bailment transaction is made with consideration, it is called as a non-gratuitous bailment. When a bailment transaction is made without consideration, it is called as a gratuitous bailment. Okay. So no consideration is necessary to create a valid contract of bailment. So okay, bailment may be with for consideration or without consideration. Same car, A has given car to B, his friend, but not taking any hire charges. Then it is a gratuitous bailment. Okay, I have my car and I'm giving the car to my friend. I'm not taking any charges. It is a gratuitous bailment. It is a bailment only, but I'm not receiving any consideration. Therefore, it is a gratuitous bailment. Okay, so in bailment transaction, there may be a consideration or there may not be a consideration. If there is a consideration, it is called non-gratuitous bailment. If there is no consideration, it is called gratuitous bailment. Come to this third question, second point. Third question, second point. Look at this. చూస్తున్నారు అందరూ? Gratuitous bailment. The word gratuitous means free of charge. So a gratuitous bailment is one when the provider of service does it gratuitously. provider of service doing it gratuitously or free of charge. That means somebody is doing free service. Somebody is doing free service. Who is that somebody? Bailer or bailee? Anyone? Anyone? So somebody is doing free of cost and some service. Somebody is doing some service or free of cost without taking any charge. If I am given the car to you to use that, then means I am giving free of service, free of cost. I am doing services. On the other hand, you are keeping my car on safe custody. You are providing services to me free of cost. Okay, if I given the car to you and you are using the car, I am not taking any consideration. Then it is I am the service provider. I am the service provider. You are keeping my car at your residence for safe custody. You are not using the car. Then you are providing services to me. Therefore, here service provider doing service without taking any charges. Service provider doing service without taking any charges. That is called as a gratuitous bailment. Service provider doing service without taking any charges. It is called as a gratuitous bailment. Be clear, provider of service may be bailer or may be bailee. Provider of service may be bailer or may be bailee. Okay, provider of service may be bailer or may be bailee. Okay, so A has given car to friend. A has given car to friend. So it is a gratuitous bailment. It is a gratuitous bailment for the benefit of whom? For the benefit of whom? B. For the benefit of B. So who is providing free service? Free service is provided by A, benefit is derived by B. Free service is provided by A, benefit is derived by B. So in a gratuitous bailment, A is delivering car to his friend B without taking any higher charges. Question lo em ivvakapothe higher charges levan anukoవాలి. Okay, so A is delivering his car to friend. That's it, without agreeing any consideration. Then in that case, A is providing free service. From that free service, B is benefited. Okay, A is providing free service. From that free service, B is benefited. Okay, gratuitous bailment for the benefit of bailee. Gratuitous bailment for the benefit of bailee, where the bailer provides free service. Where the bailer provides free service. Gratuitous bailment for the benefit of bailee, where the bailer provides free service. So exam lo ikkada confuse avakuddu, clarity ga undali. Ever free service provide chestunaru, ever benefit derive chestunaru, opposite persons. Okay, who is providing free service and who is deriving the benefits. Okay, here benefits are derived by bailee and free service is provided by bailer. Free service is provided by bailer and benefits are derived by bailee. Free service is provided by bailer and benefits are derived by B. Right. So A delivered his car to B for use. A delivered his car to B for use. Same example, A delivered his car to B for safe custody. A delivered his car to B for safe custody. B is not using the car. Just B is keeping the car at his residence safely. So then he is the free service provider. B is providing free service and benefit is derived by A. Benefit is derived by A. So therefore it is a gratuitous bailment for the benefit of bailer. It is a gratuitous bailment for the benefit of a bailer. That means in a gratuitous bailment, somebody is providing free service and because of that free service, some other person is benefited. If bailer is providing free service, bailee will get the benefits. If bailee is providing free service, bailer will get the benefit. Okay. That is what this point. Okay. A car for a safe custody. A has given car to B for safe custody. Without B was not taking any charges. B is not a parking space, etc. B was not taking any charges. So therefore B is providing free service. B is providing a free service. It is a gratuitous bailment for the benefit of bailer. Okay. That is what this point. So gratuitous bailment, provider of service. Got the clarity, right? That provider of service need not be bailer always. Provider of service need not be bailer always. Normal ga psychological ga goods iche person service istunar anukuntaru. Ala kadu. The person who is receiving the goods also may be doing the service. Okay. Don't confuse that this provider of service is always a bailer. No, that provider of service may be bailer or it may be bailee also. Provider of service. Exclusive benefit of bailer or bailee. Benefit ఎవరికి వస్తుంది? Bailer or bailee. ఎవరికి ఒకరికే వస్తుంది? Either. Benefit will be derived by either bailer or bailee. Non-gratuitous bailment. Benefit is derived by both. benefit is derived by both. ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా కీవర్డ్స్ అండర్లైన్ చేసుకోండి. ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ గ్రాట్యుటస్ బెయిల్మెంట్ ఓన్లీ వన్, ఎయిదర్ ఓకే బెనిఫిట్స్ ఆర్ derived by either bailer or bailee, either bailer or bailee. Non gratuitous bailment, both bailer and bailee will be benefited. Non gratuitous bailment, both bailer and bailee will be benefited. Okay, right. So this gratuitous bailment is a bailment transaction without consideration. Yes or no? This is a bailment transaction without consideration. Okay, this is a bailment transaction with consideration. This is a bailment transaction with consideration. Okay, bailment, gratuitous bailment without consideration, non gratuitous bailment with consideration. Okay, gratuitous bailment without consideration, non gratuitous bailment with consideration. Okay, right. So here you can give the reference. No consideration is necessary to create a valid contract of bailment. Theory question 3 adi. Theory question 3, point number 3 ena. 2a. Okay, so no consideration is necessary to create a valid contract of bailment. Theory question 3, point number 2a. Okay, gratuitous bailment. Consideration lane the gratuitous bailment ega. Sir, no. No consideration means it is a gratuitous bailment. Okay, so theory question 3, 2a. Okay, so bailment is based upon a contract. Any contract, bailment or sale contract, any contract may be express or implied. So no consideration is necessary to create a valid contract of bailment. And so since the bailment is happen only with goods, bailment transaction only happens only with respect to goods. Therefore, the subject matter of this contract always movable property. Goods means only movable property. Land or building cannot be called as a goods. Goods means every kind of movable property. So therefore, the subject matter of bailment contract is always movable property. The subject matter of bailment contract is always movable property. Okay, right. So bailment will apply for movable goods only, but not for immovable goods or money, because money is also excluded from the definition of goods. Sale of goods act, every goods means every kind of movable property including shares and stock other than money and auctionable claims. Since money is specifically excluded from the definition of bailment, since money is specifically excluded from the definition of goods, bailment transaction cannot happen with money. Bailment transaction cannot happen with money. If I give some 10,000 rupees to you, keep it with you, after 2 days I'll come and collect. It is not a bailment transaction. Okay, if I give 10,000 to you, I'm going out of station, keep this money with you, after 2 days I'll collect the same money. It is not a bailment transaction, because bailment transaction subject matter must be goods and money is not goods. Okay, right. So bailment is based upon a contract and the subject matter of the contract is also goods. Next, most important of the entire chapter, this is the most important topic, delivery. That is a technical term, we cannot change that term. Okay, there is some confusion among the students, sir, whether we can write the answers in our own words or whether we should write the answers as given in the ICI study material, same terminology. It's via media. You are supposed to use only the important words, terminologies. Remaining you can write in your own language. Okay, it is not necessary that you have to just copy paste the what is there in the ICI study material, same terminology, not necessary. Keywords you have to write, keywords you have to write, remaining you can write in your own words. So therefore, the delivery of goods, delivery is a key word. You should never change this word in your own answer. When you're writing the answer in your own words, don't change this word called as delivery. It's a very key point. Okay, what is meant by delivery? So delivery means something change in possession of goods. Change in possession of goods is called as delivery. Voluntary change in possession of goods, not by compulsion, voluntary change in possession of goods. Okay, delivery means what? Change in possession of goods. ఇది ఇక్కడ చూడండి, యాక్చువల్గా delivery means change in possession of goods. That is very important. So the essential element of delivery is change in possession of goods. Okay, bailment transaction essential ingredient delivery. Bailment transaction essential ingredient is delivery. bailment transaction, essential ingredient is delivery. So what is meant by delivery? Change in possession of goods. Change in possession of goods. Change in possession of goods. So what is meant by delivery? Change in possession of goods. So it is very important. Okay. Change in possession of goods. Sir, what is meant by possession? This is also technical term. We cannot change it. Change in possession means change in custody plus control is called possession. Custody plus control is called possession. Okay, so when control and custody both are given, it is called as a possession, and delivery accordingly it is called as a bailment. So the person who is giving the goods, say for example A is giving goods to B, A is giving goods to B. Now the goods are physically lying with B. Now the goods are physically lying with B, but B cannot use the goods. Okay, B cannot use the goods. B does not have any control over the goods. Then it is not a bailment. So if B is having the goods, but B cannot use the goods, B does not have control over the goods, it is not a bailment. Okay, custody alone will not result into bailment. Custody plus control is equal to bailment. Custody alone is not a possession or delivery. Custody plus control is a delivery. Look at this concept question 1a. ఇక్కడ మీకు క్లియర్గా అర్థమవుద్ది వాట్ ఈజ్ మీన్ బై కస్టడీ అండ్ కంట్రోల్ అని. Look at this. Examine whether the following transactions constitute a contract of bailment under the provisions of the Indian Contract Act. V parks his car at a parking lot, locks it, and keeps the key with himself. Now that parking lot has the custody, control is with V only. Because the parking lot cannot use the car, parking lot cannot use the vehicle, it is not a bailment because there is only custody with the parking lot, but the control and key is with V only. So therefore no control has not been changed, accordingly it is not a bailment. Okay, you have to write down the answer for that, because if you get that question, V cars parks his car at a parking lot, whether it is a bailment, you have to write the answer. ఆన్సర్ ఉందా అక్కడ? ఓకే, నోట్ చేసుకోండి, క్విక్గా నోట్ చేసుకోండి. ఇఫ్ యూ గెట్ దట్ ఫర్ 4 marks, how to write the answer for that. అయిపోయిందా? నాతో పాటు రాసుకోండి. Completed. Right. So like that remaining also you can write on your own. I just have given a sample for one question. Delivery. Look at this point. B cars his car at a parking lot, locks it and keeps with a key himself. Next, depositing of ornaments in a bank locker. It is also not bailment, because when the ornaments are kept in bank locker, the key of the locker is with the customer. Without customer, bank manager or branch owner cannot open the locker. So that is the reason it is not a bailment, because branch people or the bank people, even though they are having custody of the gold ornaments, they cannot use the ornaments, they cannot open our locker without our permission. That means bank is having only custody over our ornaments. Bank does not have control over our ornaments. ఓకే, బ్యాంక్కి మన ఆర్నమెంట్స్ కస్టడీ మాత్రమే ఉంది, వాళ్ళు యూస్ చేసుకోలేరుగా, మనం వెళ్ళి లాక్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తేనే అవుద్ది. సో దేర్ ఫోర్ డిపాజిటింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్నమెంట్స్ ఇన్ ఎ బ్యాంక్ లాకర్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఎ బెయిల్మెంట్, బికాస్ హియర్ ఆల్సో కీ ఈజ్ విత్ అకౌంట్ హోల్డర్. అంతే, సేమ్ యాజ్ సింపుల్ యాజ్ దట్. కీ ఈజ్ విత్ అకౌంట్ హోల్డర్. లాకర్ కీ విత్ అకౌంట్ హోల్డర్. లాకర్ కీ విత్ అకౌంట్ హోల్డర్. Okay, locker key with account holder. Bank cannot operate locker without account holder. bank cannot operate locker. Okay, that means bank does not have control over the locker. So depositing of ornaments in a bank locker is not a bailment. So this is academic purpose ma olden days concept. What we are learning is the key is with the account holder. Therefore, banker cannot operate the locker without account holder permission. That is an old age concept. Still we are reading in the books. But as per the latest RBI circular, which is given in the month of September 2021, as per the latest RBI circular, depositing of ornaments in a bank locker is also a bailment. మీరు బుక్స్ వరకు చదువుకోండి, ఎగ్జామ్లో రాయండి, బట్ నాలెడ్జ్ కోసం చెప్తున్నాను. ప్రాక్టికల్గా అయితే యాజ్ పర్ ద ఆర్బీఐ సర్కులర్ ఇట్ ఇస్ రాంగ్. Depositing of ornaments in a bank locker is a bailment, because the RBI's argument is that nowadays all people are having digital lockers, not olden days lockers like that. So digital lockers are opened with the password. So who is maintaining all the security system? Bank only. What are the మనం ఏం పాస్వర్డ్ పెట్టాం బ్యాంకర్ తెలుస్తుంది కదా, సెక్యూరిటీ సిస్టమ్ వాళ్ళగా. సో దెర్ఫోర్ నౌ యూ కెనాట్ సే దట్ banker does not have control over the locker, because the security system is maintained by the bank only. మీరు ఇంటర్నెట్ బ్యాంకింగ్ ఉంటుంది, మీ పాస్వర్డ్ బ్యాంకర్ తెలీదా? తెలుసుంటుంది కదా. దేర్ఫోర్ ఇక్కడ సెక్యూరిటీ సిస్టమ్ మొత్తం వాళ్ళ కంట్రోల్ ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి ప్రాక్టికల్లీ యాజ్ పర్ ద ఆర్బీఐ సర్క్యులర్, depositing of ornaments in a bank locker is a bailment. So in case of any loss of goods, banker is liable. Okay, in case of any loss of goods, banker is liable. So exam lo రాయొద్దు, ఎగ్జామ్లో ఏదో రాయండి, ఐసీ స్టడీ మెటీరియల్ ఏదో రాయండి. బట్ ప్రాక్టికల్గా చెప్తున్నది లేటెస్ట్ సర్క్యులర్ సెప్టెంబర్ 2021లో ఆర్బీఐ హ్యాస్ గివెన్ ఏ డీటెయిల్డ్ సర్క్యులర్ ఫర్ ద బ్యాంక్ లాకర్. రైట్, ఇలా నేను ఒక క్వశ్చన్ రాశాను కదా, క్వశ్చన్ అండ్ ఆన్సర్. సిమిలర్లీ యూ హ్యావ్ టు రైట్ ద క్వశ్చన్ అండ్ ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ దిస్ డిపాజిటింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్నమెంట్స్ ఇన్ ఏ బ్యాంక్ లాకర్. సో నోట్ చేసుకోండి, నోట్ చేసుకున్న తర్వాత నాట్ వన్ క్వశ్చన్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ కంప్లీషన్ ఆఫ్ చాప్టర్ ఇలా మీరు ఓన్ గా రాసుకున్నవన్నీ ఒకసారి తీసుకురండి. దెన్ ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ వెదర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ప్రాపర్ వే ఆఫ్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ ఆర్ నాట్. ఓకే, నాట్ ఎవ్రీ క్వశ్చన్. After completion of chapter you can show me. Okay, right. So depositing of ornaments in a bank locker in a similar fashion like how I wrote this answer, similarly I have to write that. Okay. Emma? One bit chaptam, because these two are not bailment. This is a bailment, అందుకనే separate గా pending bet. అర్థమైందా? సో దోస్ టూ ఆర్ నాట్ బెయిల్మెంట్, కంట్రోల్ లేదు. సీజర్ ఆఫ్ గుడ్స్ బై కస్టమ్స్ అథారిటీస్. సో వెన్ ద కస్టమ్స్ అథారిటీస్ హావ్ సీజ్ ద గుడ్స్, దే హావ్ కంట్రోల్ ఓవర్ ద గుడ్స్. ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ పే ద ట్యాక్స్ దే విల్ సెల్ ద గుడ్స్. దే హావ్ ఆల్ ద కంట్రోల్ ఓవర్ ద గుడ్స్. దేర్ఫోర్ ఇట్ ఇస్ ఎ bailment. Okay, seizure of goods by customs authorities is a bailment, because customs department or income tax department has control over the seized goods. Because government has a control over the goods. Seizure of goods by customs authorities is a bailment, because government has a control over the goods. Okay, so out of ABC, AC is not a bailment, because no possession, no delivery, accordingly no bailment. So exam lo meer rasnappudu ee sequence follow avali. Irrespective of the way you write the answer, this is the consequences. No control, therefore no possession, therefore no delivery, therefore no bailment. ఇలా రాయకూడదు యారో మార్క్స్ పెట్టి, బట్ ఓవరాల్ గా మీ పాయింట్స్ లాజికల్ గా అలా ఉండాలి. సిన్స్ ద కంట్రోల్ హ్యాస్ నాట్ బీన్ గివెన్, దెర్ ఇస్ నో చేంజ్ ఇన్ పొసెషన్. సిన్స్ దెర్ ఇస్ నో చేంజ్ ఇన్ పొసెషన్, దెర్ ఇస్ నో డెలివరీ. సిన్స్ దెర్ ఇస్ నో డెలివరీ, దెర్ ఇస్ నో bailment. Okay, so this is the logical way. Since there is no control, there is no change in possession. Since there is no change in possession, there is no delivery. Since there is no delivery, it is not a bailment transaction. Okay, this we can use for the first 1 and C points. Okay, next we have one more practical question. We'll see that practical question based on this delivery only. Read practical question 1 ఒకసారి చదవండి. Read practical question 1. Practical question 1. మీరు సొంతం చదువుకోండి, ఎవరు చదవద్దు. మైక్ కాదు, మీరు ఎవ్రీబడి హ్యాస్ టు రీడ్ ఆన్ యువర్ ఓన్ ఇండిపెండెంట్. ఇండివిజువల్గా చదవండి. ఓకే. సో సింపుల్గా బ్యాంక్ ప్లేస్లో వై షాప్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తాం అంతేగా. లుక్ అట్ దిస్. సో మిస్సెస్ ఎక్స్ డెలివర్డ్ హర్ ఓల్డ్ గోల్డ్ జ్యువెలరీ టు మిస్టర్ వై, ఏ గోల్డ్ స్మిత్, ఫర్ ద పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ మేకింగ్ న్యూ జ్యువెలరీ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్. Every evening she used to receive the unfinished jewelry to put it into a box kept at Mr. Y's shop. She kept the key of that box with herself. So box kept at Mr. Y's shop. Key of that box with herself. X. So X is having key whereas Y is having box. Okay, Y is having box, X is having key. That means Y is having custody over the box whereas X is having control over the box. Accordingly, since X has not given control to Y, there is no possession. Since there is no possession, there is no bailment. So no contract of bailment because there is no delivery. Because there is no delivery, no possession. Why no delivery, no possession? Key is kept with her. Okay. So even though jewelry box is with the Y shop, Y has custody over that box, but X has control over that box. Therefore, it is not a bailment transaction. Okay. A very important question for the main exam, 3 marks. So there is an old case law, Kaliperumal versus Vishalakshama. There is a very old case law. Based on that, this example, whatever you are learning, this example is a practical real case. Kaliperumal versus Vishalakshama. You don't need to write that case law because it is not given in the study material. ऐसे सोच लो इवनंत वరకు we can completely ignore. Okay, right. That is based on the case law. Simply like bank ornaments, depositing ornaments in a bank locker. Rather than bank locker, we are using a Y shop. That's it. Okay. Right. So based on this delivery concept, you can get any five. There are 5 practical questions are possible based on this delivery concept. First, here we have learned these 3. Okay, any of these points can be framed as a separate practical question, and practical question 1 whatever we have discussed, and another point is this footnote 3. Servant of a master who is in custody of goods of the master does not become a bailey. కనిపించిందా? పేజ్ నెంబర్ 2.3. అదే కదా, సర్వెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఎ మాస్టర్ హూ ఈజ్ ఇన్ కస్టడీ ఆఫ్ గూడ్స్ ఆఫ్ ద మాస్టర్ డస్ నాట్ బికమ్ ఏ బెయిలీ. సర్వెంట్ మాస్టర్ మీన్స్ ఎంప్లాయీ, దట్స్ ఇట్. Employer. So therefore employee cannot use the goods in whatever manner he wants. So he has to strictly follow the instructions of the employer. So therefore employee is having custody over the goods, but control over the goods is with the employer. Okay, employee is having custody over the goods, but control over the goods is with the employee. Same reason. Okay, master is having control over the goods. master is having control over the goods and servant is having only custody of the goods. Therefore, if the master delivers the goods to the servant, it is not a bailment. So employer employee, employee. So therefore 5 possible practical questions based on this word called as delivery. One is parking lot, one is seizure of customs authorities, depositing of ornaments in a bank locker, and this servant master, and this practical question. Okay, so delivery concept is very important in this chapter. ఈ 5 points లో ఏ పాయింట్ అన్న ప్రాక్టికల్ క్వశ్చన్ లో టెస్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. So the advantage and disadvantage with our paper is that, okay, so the advantage is that, so rarely, very rarely, hardly 5 marks in the entire 120 marks question paper will be out of the ICI study material. ICI study 120 marks question paper అంటే హార్డ్లీ ఒక 5 మార్క్స్ లేదా రేర్గా ఒక 10 మార్క్స్ స్టడీ మెటీరియల్లో లేనివి ఇవ్వచ్చేమో. ఓకే, రిమైనింగ్ 110 మార్క్స్ విల్ బి స్ట్రైట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ICI study material. అదే అడ్వాంటేజ్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద డ్రాబ్యాక్ ఈస్ దట్ ICI study material హ్యావ్ టు రీడ్ వెరీ కీన్లీ బికాస్ వీ డోంట్ నో విచ్ వర్డ్ దే కెన్ గివ్. అది ప్లెయిన్ గా చదవకూడదు. అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంటంటే స్టడీ మెటీరియల్ దాటి రెండో చూడాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్. ఓకే, ఇన్ ఆర్డర్ టు స్కోర్ హౌ మచ్ 80 మార్క్స్ ఇన్ ద ఎగ్జామ్, నాట్ జస్ట్ 40 మార్క్స్. మీకు లాలో 80 మార్క్స్ రావాలి సార్ నాకు అంటే స్టడీ మెటీరియల్ ఒక్కటే చదివినా సరిపోతుంది, ఇంకేం చదవకపోయినా. దట్ ఇస్ ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్. సెకండ్ డ్రాబ్యాక్ ఈస్ దట్ అది చాలా సీరియస్గా చదవాలి. ఎవ్రీ పాయింట్ మీద కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయాలి. ఎనీ పాయింట్ దే కెన్ ఫ్రేమ్ యాజ్ ఏ ప్రాక్టికల్ క్వశ్చన్, ఎనీ కార్నర్ దే కెన్ పిక్ ఏ ప్రాక్టికల్ క్వశ్చన్. సో దేర్ ఫోర్ ఈ 5 ఎప్పుడైతే నేను చెప్పానో ఈ 5 కూడా స్టడీ మెటీరియల్ తీసుకున్నవి. ఈ 3 ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ ప్లస్ ఈ సర్వెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఎ మాస్టర్ అండ్ దట్ ప్రాక్టికల్ క్వశ్చన్. ఓకే, సో కాన్సెప్ట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ యాక్చువల్గా సెల్ఫ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఉన్నాయి, బట్ స్టడీ మెటీరియల్లో ఉన్నవి ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాబట్టి నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. జనరల్గా ఫుట్ నోట్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయము, బట్ స్టడీ మెటీరియల్లో ఉన్న వరకు మాత్రం నేను చెప్తాను. బికాస్ దే ఆర్ ద అట్మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్. ఓకే, right. So based on the delivery concept, you can learn those 2 points. Okay. So bailment is property must be movable, and delivery means change in possession of the goods. So this is the essential requirement of delivery. And how to deliver the goods depends upon the weight of the goods, as simple as that. So if the goods are of lightweight like book, watch, mobile, they are lightweight, directly can hand over the good. But if the goods are heavyweight like vehicle, car, I cannot put the car in your hand, I cannot put the bike in your hand. What I can do is I can give only key. That is called as constructive delivery. Okay, so doing anything which has the effect of putting the goods in your control. Okay, giving the car key to you is nothing but giving a control over car. Okay, giving a car keys to is nothing but giving a control over the car. So doing something okay, which has the effect of putting the goods in the possession of a bailee, that is nothing but delivering key. Footnote lo undichadu, delivery of the key of a car to a workshop dealer. Okay, so therefore actual delivery happens with respect to lightweight goods. Actual delivery happens with respect to lightweight goods, and constructive delivery happens with respect to heavyweight goods. Okay, so bulk goods, heavyweight goods. So in that case you can use constructive delivery, actual delivery and constructive delivery. So purpose, already we have discussed some purpose: use of goods by bailee, or working or repairing on the goods by bailee, or safe custody of the goods, or transport of the goods. This can be any purpose. Okay. Next, possession. In case of bailment, possession of goods changes. Change of possession can happen delivery by actual delivery or constructive delivery. There is no change in ownership, because if there is a change in ownership, it is called as a sale, not bailment. Okay, so if there is in a bailment transaction, it should not result in change in ownership. The change of possession does not lead to change of ownership. So bailer continues to be the owner of the goods. మీ కార్ కి హైర్ కి ఇస్తే ఆ కార్ మీద అయిపోతుందిగా. సో bailer continues to be the owner of the goods. You are not the owner of the goods. Okay, so there is no change in ownership, there is only change in possession. ఇది ఇప్పుడు ఇందాక మీరు చదివింది. ఇఫ్ ఎ పర్సన్ ఈజ్ ఇన్ కస్టడీ ఆఫ్ గుడ్స్ వితౌట్ పొసెషన్, ఇట్ డస్ నాట్ బికమ్ ఎ బెయిలీ. కామెంట్ అని అడిగారు అనుకోండి, ఎస్ ట్రూ అని రాసి ఈ పాయింట్ రాస్తాం, సర్వెంట్ ని ఎగ్జాంపుల్ గా రాస్తాం. ఓకే, ఎ పర్సన్ హూ ఈజ్ హ్యావింగ్ ఓన్లీ కస్టడీ ఆఫ్ ద గుడ్స్ వితౌట్ కంట్రోల్ ఓవర్ ద గుడ్స్, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఎ బెయిల్మెంట్. ఎ పర్సన్ హూ ఈజ్ హ్యావింగ్ ఓన్లీ కస్టడీ ఆఫ్ ద గుడ్స్ వితౌట్ కంట్రోల్, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఏ బెయిల్మెంట్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్. నెక్స్ట్, రిటర్న్ ఆఫ్ ద గుడ్స్. పర్పస్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత రిటర్న్ చేయాలి. ఆల్రెడీ ఇంతకుముందు డిస్కస్ చేసాంగా. ఎయిదర్ యూ కెన్ రిటర్న్ బ్యాక్ టు ద బెయిలర్ ఆర్ డిస్పోజ్డ్ ఆఫ్ అకార్డింగ్ టు ద డైరెక్షన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద బెయిలర్. ఎయిదర్ యూ కెన్ రిటర్న్ ద గుడ్స్ టు ద బెయిలర్ ఆర్ డిస్పోజ్డ్ ఆఫ్. దట్ మీన్స్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ ఏజెన్సీ గూడ్స్ కన్సైనర్ కి మళ్ళీ తిరిగి ఇవ్వట్లేదుగా. సో గూడ్స్ సెండ్ చేసే వాళ్ళని కన్సైనర్ అంటాం, గూడ్స్ రిసీవ్ చేసుకునే వాళ్ళని కన్సైనీ అంటాం. సో కన్సైనర్ ఈస్ గివింగ్ గూడ్స్ టు ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ ఆపరేటర్. Consigner is giving goods to transport operator, and transport operator is not returning back the goods to the consigner. So transport operator will deliver the goods to the consignee. So otherwise disposed of as per the instructions of the bailor. This is one way. This is one example. Okay, rather than returning the goods back to the bailor, he was doing something else with the good. That is also as per the instructions of the bailor. Okay, so goods are not returned back to the bailor, something else is done on the goods as per the instructions of the bailor. Similarly, if I give any vehicle to the mechanic and I'll give clear instructions, there is small minor repairs are there, you have to do minor repairs, after that you have to sell the car to anybody. I'm giving permission to the mechanic to sell the car. Okay, therefore based on my permission, mechanic will sell my car. After doing repairs, he was not returning my car to me, he was selling the car to somebody else. Okay, that is what this point. అదర్వైజ్ డిస్పోజ్డ్ ఆఫ్. ఓకే, బెయిల్మెంట్ పర్పస్ తర్వాత బెయిలర్ కే రిటర్న్ చేయాలని ఏం లేదు, బెయిలర్ ఎలా చెప్తే అలా చేయాలి. ఓకే, ఆఫ్టర్ కంప్లీషన్ ఆఫ్ బెయిల్మెంట్ పర్పస్ యూ నీడ్ నాట్ రిటర్న్ ద గూడ్స్ టు ద బెయిలర్, యూ కెన్ ఫాలో సింప్లీ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద అదర్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ గివెన్ బై ద బెయిలర్, బట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ సేమ్ గూడ్స్. You have to give same goods, other goods are not permitted, exchange of goods are not permitted, same goods you have to return. If I give black shirt to the tailor cannot give white shirt saying that sir it is Raymond's, this is the more costly than your shirt. No, he has to return only whatever the shirt I have given. Okay, not some other goods even though it may be costly. Okay, you cannot give some other goods, even bailor cannot deliver some other goods even if such other goods are higher value. Okay, they cannot deliver some other goods, they have to deliver goods. సో ఇక్కడ ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకుని ఎగ్జామ్ లో కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అయ్యే ఛాన్స్ ఉంది. ఎర్లియర్ వి టాక్డ్ అబౌట్ మనీ. Okay, money, bailment transaction does not happen with respect to money. Bailment transaction does not happen with respect to money. ఎందుకని రీజన్ ఏంటి? as it is not a good. అదే నేను ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసింది. సో చాలా మంది స్టూడెంట్స్ ఈ పాయింట్ చదివి అదే ఆన్సర్ రాస్తారు, బట్ మీరు రాయాల్సిన ఆన్సర్ అది కాదు. దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఏ బెయిల్మెంట్, బట్ ద రీజన్ ఈస్ డిఫరెంట్. దే విల్ ఆస్క్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్, ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది చూడండి. Depositing of money in a bank account is not a bailment because money is not a good. అది కూడా one of the acceptable answer. But what the ICAI study matter says is that money returned by the bank would not be identical currency notes. Same currency notes ఇవ్వరు. అక్కడ మీ పేరెంట్స్ బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ లో డిపాజిట్ చేస్తే మీరు ATM లో డ్రా చేస్తే అవే నోట్స్ వస్తాయా? బెయిల్మెంట్ అంటే సేమ్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ రావాలిగా. బెయిల్మెంట్ మీన్స్ సేమ్ గుడ్స్ రావాలి ఇక్కడ. సో దేర్ ఫోర్ ఇక్కడ సేమ్ కరెన్సీ నోట్స్ రావుగా, వాల్యూ సేమ్ ఉంటుంది, కరెన్సీ నోట్స్ సేమ్ రావు. దేర్ ఫోర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఎ బెయిల్మెంట్. అది కూడా వన్ ఆఫ్ ద రీజనే, మనీ గూడ్స్ కాదన్నది కూడా వన్ ఆఫ్ ద రీజనే. బట్ స్టడీ మెటీరియల్ లో ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కీ రీజన్ ఇచ్చారు కాబట్టి ఇదే రాయాలి, బికాస్ దే విల్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ ద సేమ్ థింగ్. ఓకే, డిపాజిటింగ్ ఆఫ్ మనీ ఇన్ ఎ బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఏ బెయిల్మెంట్. ఓకే, సో డిపాజిటింగ్ ఆఫ్ మనీ ఇన్ ఎ బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఏ బెయిల్మెంట్. రీజన్ అర్థమైంది కదమ్మా? పైన మనం డిస్కస్ చేసే మనీ గూడ్స్ కాదని, కానీ ఇక్కడ ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కి మాత్రం రీజన్ వేరు, ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కి రీజన్ వేరు. బీ కేర్ఫుల్. ఓకే, రైట్. రిమైనింగ్ విల్ డిస్కస్ నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్.